What's shakin' bacons? My name is Rabbit, Gilliams are little assholes, and welcome to episode 103 of our 100% item guide and walkthrough for Legend of Legaia. So yes, I'm sure you guys can imagine from that intro, we were successful in acquiring Gilliams for everyone in the party. I will just quickly scroll on down so you can take a peeky peek here. I did take considerably longer in capturing these than I thought I was going to, which is why I'm a bit agitated. I have no idea why they were being so elusive and little fucks, but they were. However, there's no way they could outlast me. I have too much perseverance, and I was determined to have 3 of them before I brought you guys back. So, as you can see, I did manage to do that for better or for worse. And then the other thing I wanted to share with you guys that did transpire without you between the previous episode and this one is that Vaughn was able to acquire a level and join the 36 ranks with Gala and Noah. So I'm just curious and taking a quick look here, seeing where experience is for everyone and how close we are to hitting 37. Obviously, Vaughn has a ways to go since he just hit 36, but Gala's honestly not too far off, so we might be seeing a level for him fairly soon. So with all of that out of the way, as a legit recap of the events that transpired previously, we were just continuing to make our way through Jet's fortress. We did see that Juggernaut was sleeping on the base level in that gigantic lake of mist. I'm not entirely sure what he's doing in there, but it's probably not good. I think we can all agree that it's more than likely bullshit. But here we are in a weird console room or some sort of computer room, and we're going to go ahead and inspect this here. It says Rapid Transport System. Right. Now displaying pause. Do you wish to make this switch the default? Yeah, let's go ahead and tinker with this and see what it does. Ah, I see. Very interesting. Honestly, this dungeon, the very first time that I played through this years and years ago, I don't know, maybe I was maybe 8, maybe 9. It's so hard now to quantify certain years. I know for some people it's easy for them to be like, oh yes, in 1977 I was 26 years old and it was the spring of whatever. Yeah, my mind doesn't work like that. Usually my past is based more around events, so I can remember specific things that happen, and then from there I can roughly gauge based on other events that unfolded around that specific one roughly how old I was. So yeah, I couldn't tell you. Maybe I was 9, maybe I was 8 when we first had this and I first played through it on my own. Either way, all you need to know is it was a long ass time ago. Roughly 20 years ago when I was a tiny little bunny rabbit and I first was playing through Legend of Legaia. This specific mist generator, I wouldn't say was the hardest, but it did take me a little bit of time to kind of figure out and navigate. Not because it was tough, but I just felt like there was a lot going on, and maybe you guys feel that way too. Like, I don't know. It's somewhat straightforward, but it's not as straightforward as some of the other dungeons that we've kind of poked and prodded in. Zora's Floating Castle, for example, hella easy. I mean, it's pretty much a straight shot, I would say. Like, yeah, there were a couple little offshoots here and there, and areas where you could have missed chests, but in regards to actually knowing your objective and how to get through it, Zora's Castle was easy peasy. This one is okay. But anyway, if we run down here and take the weird little, I don't know, floating transporter, I don't know what you want to fucking call those, but if you take it over here, we can acquire a great axe. So it is important that you mess with that little console or whatever it said it was, the transport device system thing. I'm so good with technical terms, you guys. I am a pro. So this is the second weapon upgrade we have found here. In our last episode, we found a golden axe for Noah, and now we have, or not golden axe, a golden claw for Noah, and now we have a great axe for Gala. So taking a quick look here, attack is 88, and we can see the increase that it gives him from what he currently has equipped, which is the Power Club. So let's go ahead and put that on him. I would also recommend at this time, not to give any spoilers, but before we go back to the console room, I would just make sure that everyone is equipped with what you kind of want them to be rocking for a little bit. So, you know, if you're okay with the evil god icons being on Vaughn and Gala or Vaughn and Noah or whomever you threw them on, that's fine. I am going to try to maximize some damage here So I actually think what I'm going to do, we just got an unholy icon. So I am going to put this on Vaughn and watch. As soon as I'm switching out these fucking evil god icons, I'm going to run into Seru that would have otherwise dropped shit for me. So Guardian Ring and Wisdom Ring. I think for you, Gala, I want to then also put on... We could increase MP, but that's not what I want. I might just go ahead and give him the Spirit Jewel, because as usual, Gala ends up kind of being my support and doing a lot of the summoning, a lot of the healing, and all of that for me. Also, because I do want to showcase Gilliam to you guys in our next fight, we'll go ahead and have Gala cast it with this on him. Oh, guys, I'm like such a scatterbrain. What is my deal? I always try to show you guys exactly what the new Serus can do regarding like the spell descriptions and mana cost. So very quickly, let's look here. Gilliam does cost 120 mana to summon, so, you know, you're going to be forking over a lot of your MP to see this guy on the battlefield, but I think it's absolutely worth it, and hopefully you'll agree when you see him yourself. He casts Space Cannon, which attacks all enemies. It's a very nice spell, but it's up to you if you think it's worth using or not. I will try not to influence you, except to say it's the best. Don't be a scrub. Capture yourselves Gilliams, and then summon them all day, every day. All right, with that done, if you want to go ahead and save, I would recommend doing that. And looky here, Gilliams. We've got some Gilliam on Gilliam action that is about to go down. I will go ahead and use Gala's because he does have the 25% decrease thanks to the recent accessory swaps. And we'll let the other two get ready to go so that if they aren't taken out by this, we can just wallop them down. But I will just let you bask in the glory and majesty that is Gilliam. Guys, you cannot tell me this fucking Seru isn't badass. I know I shared with you guys when we first ran into it that Gilliam is among my favorite Seru that we encountered throughout the entire game. I love the design in that it feels very techy and robotic-like, which is somewhat out of place. I don't think a lot of the other Seru have that vibe, but it's absolutely welcome. It's just a really cool Seru, I think. I like the overall design. I love the spell that it casts. The color palette is cool. I don't know. I think Gilliam's a rock star. I would really like to hear your thoughts on Gilliam. Okay, we'll just go all out. No need to be shy. They will definitely die because our Gilliam did so much fucking damage. But it sucks because I bet you anything, if I'd kept my evil god icons on, Vaughn would have probably stolen something OP. Or probably not. But I know how the game loves to screw me over and troll me. So I'm convinced. I am convinced. Alright, goodbye. Perfect. We'll get our last little bit of XP here. Last little bit of gold. And I think I was starting to tell you guys before we got into that fight that now is a good time to go ahead and save. I already sort of gave you the heads up that if you want to go ahead and switch out accessories, you should have done that. If not, when I did it, right now is an excellent time. But it's up to you. Just letting you know. So, all right, with all of that said and done, let's go back up here. And as you did see, there's another switch here for us to interact with. So it is called the Rapid Transport System. Hopefully I'll remember it this time. Left. Now displaying pause. Do you wish to make this switch the default? Yes. And there we go. There's another door, as you probably quickly saw, or maybe you didn't, but we'll see it eventually. So let's see if we can head over that way. Of course not. We are interrupted with the sound of laughter. Ha ha ha. Who the fuck is this? Who's there? Yeah, who is there? Ha ha. I'm Jet, Apostle of the Mist. This is my castle. Keep your hands off that machine. How dare you touch that? You asshole. Come over here, Jet. I'll kick your butt. Oh, we will definitely fuck him up if he comes over here. Well, well, what a brave girl you are. It's too bad. If Juggernaut were not soundly sleeping in order to replenish his mist elixir. So we were correct in that he was sleeping. He would silence you for all eternity with just one blow. Oh. Wait a minute. Now I remember. At Concrum. I've read your minds and now know your thoughts. Wait, so does he remember us from when we kind of altered the past? I believe this is our second meeting. Well, kind of. Technically, we had never known you, but we recently manipulated the past, so in a sense, yeah. It's the second time we've met, Jet. What of it, my boy? Of course, you also know well of Prince Court. Court? Court is my older brother. What's the matter with you? Have you forgotten what the mist caused that day? Uh-oh. What the? Where's Jet? Where did he go? Horrible mist? The mist is not horrible. It is divine. When a true ruler controls the mist, humans will evolve. That is why mist generators are made. You're crazy. Have you seen what impact this has had in the entire world? This mist generator is far more powerful, should say, than the prototype you have seen, not that the prototype you have seen, but that's okay. I fuck up what I'm trying to say all the time, Jet. No judgment from me. With the power of the mist, we have enhanced Seru and have created Sim Seru. Oh my god, there's two of you? And in the fortress is the ultimate mist generator. With the powerful Sim Seru created at Concrum, we are making an even thicker mist. I too am wearing one such invincible Sim Seru. Its power exceeds even that of Rogue. I would hope so, because we fucked Rogue up. With this power, I shall now destroy you all. You wish! You fucking wish! We're not afraid of you, Jet. Alright, so here you go. Here is what I was attempting to prep you guys for when I was giving you the heads up that I would recommend swapping out accessories, but more importantly, just saving so that you don't lose all the progress that you've made while sort of scouring Jet's fortress. Although, again, coming back to what I was starting to say earlier, I don't think that this dungeon is incredibly difficult to navigate or too confusing, but it does have a couple odds and ends and is considerably more complicated than the most recent mist generator that we were tasked with navigating. So, with that being said, you guys know I like to isolate boss fights to their own videos, so we will go ahead and part ways here, but not before I give you the heads up as to what you shall expect when fighting Jet. So, I think this is kind of cool. He's probably... No, that's not true. I was going to say he's probably the only boss whose HP amount I actually remember, and that is because it is the funny number amount of 34,567. So you're probably like, what's so special or spectacular about that number? Well, think about it. His HP is 34,567. 34567. It just counts up for some reason. So I don't know who decided on that. I think it's pretty funny. I have no idea if there's anything symbolic about that, but for whatever reason, him and one other boss in this entire game, I've pretty much never forgot their HP counts once I had looked them up ages and ages ago, like the first or second time playing through the game. So anyway, that is a random aside, but I did want to give you the heads up that his HP, you are looking at a little under 35,000, so not too much, but definitely not too little. I'd say he's a formidable opponent, but not anything that you should struggle too significantly with. He will spawn a clone, but I would recommend just ignoring it. It's pretty much harmless. Just focus all of your DPS on Jet himself. And as a little pro tip, once you've targeted him, so just to kind of show you, and you've got everything like set up and you can see how it's queued, your character will always remain targeted on the correct Jet, even when the clone is spawned in battle. So I'll make sure that I highlight that in our next episode as we are fighting him, but I wanted to sort of just note it for you guys because I think that's easy to sort of switch up. You kind of get confused and you're wondering, like, which one's the real Jet? Which one should I focus down? You'll target him initially and just keep the target on the same one. Don't worry about the clone that he spawns. And then as for that, I cannot remember the name of his attack. I think It's called Shadow Break. We'll find out together in our next episode. But this Shadow Break spell can hit you for roughly 1,000 HP, so just don't let everyone drop too low, and you should be fine. So that's it that I have in terms of preparatory information. We will be ready to tackle him together, and you'll see how I sort of fare against him. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. As always, I am your host, Rabbit, and this is my 100% item guide and walkthrough for Legend of Legaia. So I'll see you very shortly, where we will be ready to tackle Jet himself.